Change gon' come, change gon' come. Rattling the scripts that change gon' come, you know change gon' come, change gon' come. Rattling the scripts that change gon' come, you know change gon' come, change gon' come. Rattling the scripts that change gon' come, you know change gon' come.
Might check
gon' come. Rattling the scripts that change gon' come.
Yeah, change coming fast. Days running past, we maze runners ablaze and stay numbered last. The pain that we display, you can't understand. That's why we move with the faith of David Abraham. We tryna pace where the apes be. Keys like HP, curses live at HD. Women chasing clout and brothers changing their faces. Screaming, oh God, send your son to save us.
So tired of all the pain. See all my people ailing. Is living day to day. It's hard to face. I know that on that day you can release them chains. So give him all the praise and change. Change gon' come, change gon' come. Rattling the scripts that change gon' come. You know change gon' come, change gon' come. Rattling the scripts that change gon' come. You know change gon' come, change gon' come. Rattling the scripts that change gon' come. You know change gon' come, change gon' come. Rattling the scripts that change gon' come.
Yeah, it's time for a change to come to my people. Cause Lord knows that we gon' treat it equal. 400 years of the same old ish. Rape, rob, kill and spoil, getting off the shit. Now check it, can barely wait for that day to come. Getting ready for that war, time to beat the drum. And to the ones trying to hold me back with bent up faces, just call me Master Eddie, trading places.
Change gon' come, and it's coming fast. I know change gon' come, cause this world won't last. I know it's so much hurt, and it's so much pain. But when them cherries come, you just know the world gon' change. Why my people cry, cause they tired of lies. That's why we face the east, pray to your how it shine. Cause change gon' come, prophecy says that change gon' come. Yeah.
So tired of all the pain. See all my people ailing. Is living day to day. It's hard to face. I know that on that day you can release them chains. So give him all the praise and change. Change gon' come, change gon' come. Rattling the scripts that change gon' come. You know change gon' come, change gon' come. Rattling the scripts that change gon' come. You know change gon' come, change gon' come. Rattling the scripts that change gon' come. You know change gon' come, change gon' come. Rattling the scripts that change gon' come.
Look, we've been trying to get up out of this, but we've been too busy worshiping some nonsense. Jesus, we want change to happen real quick, but we are stiff-necked people and we don't give a shit. All women all up on Instagram, shaking and twerking their ass like they don't give a damn. And if we really want change, we gotta open our book and be baptized again. We gotta change.
So tired of all the pain. See all my people ailing. Is living day to day. It's hard to face. I know that on that day you can release them chains. So give him all the praise and change. Change gon' come, change gon' come. Rattling the scripts that change gon' come. You know change gon' come, change gon' come. Rattling the scripts that change gon' come. You know change gon' come, change gon' come. Rattling the scripts that change gon' come. You know change gon' come, change gon' come. Rattling the scripts that change gon' come. Change gon' come, change gon' come. Rattling the scripts that change gon' come. You know change gon' come, change gon' come. Rattling the scripts that change gon' come. You know change gon' come, change gon' come. Rattling the scripts that change gon' come. You know change gon' come, change gon' come. Rattling the scripts that change gon' come.
Change gon' come, change gon' come. Rattling the scripts that change gon' come. You know change gon' come, change gon' come. Rattling the scripts that change gon' come. You know change gon' come, change gon' come. Rattling the scripts that change gon' come. You know change gon' come, change gon' come. Rattling the scripts that change gon' come.
Spend so much time getting this money, never never realized them the faces of slave owners. Niggas a snake on you, he got shot in the face over slave owners. White people smile in my face, they the children of slave owners. They all fake, I hate them all, stole our history straight from us. Buying designer clothes from families traced back to slave owners. The Jewish man a bitch, they bought the land so we can't own it. They ain't get bought to slavery on no ships, like we ain't noticed. Deuteronomy 28, explain us leaving Cape Coast. Straight boats, they stole our name and our history straight from us. King James was black and Christ was too. Man, they straight bogus, but playing with the children's roulette while it's loaded. I pray your days closer, like bang, blow your brains open. The goal is keep us slaves with the paper. Putting drugs in the streets to keep us chasing. Yeah, keep the men out the house while they children stay growing. Make it war with each other so divisions stay focused. Control the media to make them hate us. If we teach them hate theyself, they'll never make it. Yeah, discriminate them at the job and lock them up for selling drugs. If we keep on teaching hate, they will never learn to love.
They put demons all in our face, rose up idols all in our state, destroyed our mind with all of they talent, all and they piling on but they hate. Now we dying so they've raised to teach us lies with all that they say. That goes from schools to the media, designed to change the way you think and the way you pray, the words you speak and the money you pay for the things you get and the people don't know. So we marry their kids and we change our goals and the things don't grow when the kids get rich. Lose that money and the wife and kids and they start back over. This is a trap for a show, then they sell you music by the trap life. Seem like living in the trap life though. We don't get paid from the money they grow. We get pennies on the dollar, my bro. We get pennies on the dollar, my bro. Sometimes I really wanna holler at my bro. Tell them that we've been played on the low. We still slaves and they still own. We still slaves and they still own us.
The goal is keep us slaves with the paper.
Us.
Putting drugs in the streets to keep us chasing. Yeah, keep the men out the house while they children stay growing. Make it war with each other so divisions stay focused. Control the media to make them hate us. If we teach them hate theyself, they'll never make it. Yeah, discriminate them at the job and lock them up for selling drugs. If we keep on teaching hate, they will never learn to love.
That brother Jonathan got bars, man. He got bars. But he always making slow music, man. Wanna pray to his music, meditate. He can't get hyped, man. Sometimes I wanna get hyped for the Lord. Come on, man.
Blood on the post, 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 keeping them close. Man, we got Frenches and seats on the clothes. Me and my brothers ain't sleeping, we reading the secrets. The deepest you've been is the ocean. Now we've been swimming in waters that's deeper than rivers to Jordan. We creeping up on them. It's the 14th of the month. Bone Thugs one day late for the show. Oh, ain't never been out ever since Red Pen Pals. You too late, you let them in now. We like veterans, niggas that's power. These secrets only come through steady, no regrets. We walk through water like Jesus. We raising the dead, you see this. Look at this evening pole. Blood on the post. Blood.
All right. Shalom, everybody in the class tonight. Hey, giving all praises to the Most High, God. All glory and honor go to the Most High, man. Just thankful to be here. Thankful for another day. Thankful for life. Thankful for breath. Thankful for all of y'all that's tuned in tonight. It's been a minute. All praises to the Most High. You know, hey, we back on it. And just, man, giving them glory, man. Hey, Shemaiah, what's up, brother?
Hey, what's up, man? Dynamic duo, man.
That's right, man. So, hey, Wild Out Wednesday. It's been a minute. I know y'all see the title. What we're gonna be going into today, crashing out, and we really go, dissect and understand what I mean by crashing out and catching this body. For those of us that was in the streets or just living reckless, we know what it means to crash out, be a crash dummy. Even in today's music, they talk about that a lot, crashing out. So, in the chat, as we get ready to dive into this, I want y'all to type in the chat, what does crashing out mean to you? When you think about crashing out, or you hear somebody saying, oh man, he's crashing out, or he's gonna crash out, what does that mean to you? And I looked up a couple different definitions, right, in the Urban Dictionary, just to see like what some of the things were being said about that term, crashing out. What does that mean? Right. So I looked up some of those stuff. Hey, we can see the brother Trayvon said losing yourself, right? Losing yourself. All right. So crashing out, losing yourself, but losing yourself how? Right. And that's a good definition. Trayvon, I actually like that. Right. Losing yourself, losing their mind, right? They're losing their mind. They crashing out. So when you losing your mind, or you're about to crash out, right? You losing your mind, you going insane, and it's like nothing matters anymore, right? You don't care about nothing.
Salakia.
Come on.
Yeah, it's all that, but the main thing is they don't care about the consequence. They just gonna do whatever, and damn the consequences.
That's right. You don't care about what's going to happen. You don't care if you don't care about if you go to jail. They don't care about if they go to jail or not. All consequences go out the door, out the window. We don't think about that. Mm-hmm. And in life, it's people who ruin their life over a 5-second decision. Whole life is thrown away over a 5-second decision because you're not thinking clearly at the time. So we're going to talk about, or really go into what do I mean about crashing out? Hey, because I've been dealing with this. Man, I'm about to crash out. I'm about to crash out. And over, the course of several months, with different things that's been going on, I'm like, man, I'm about to crash out. But what do I mean by that? When I say that was about to crash out, or I'm about to crash out, right? We're going to look at it. We're going to dive into it. But before we really jump into these scriptures, we haven't done this in a while. So it's February. What is February? What is the month of February? Hey, brother Trayvon said, I've been fasting because I've been feeling like crashing out. Hey, all praise to the Most High. So then, what, man, this class then is right on time. This is the spirit. Yo, a brother just hit me the other day, or the other morning, was like, hey, yo, I'm about to we go on a fast. I'm coming to brothers late, but if y'all want to join in, join in. And I was like, yo, that's the spirit, because I was just about to fast, and this is just something that, I'm doing for myself personally, but I was like, man, that's the spirit. Because actually when you started yours, I was about to start mine the same night. I didn't end up doing it that night. I said, man, I'll do it tomorrow, but that's the spirit, right? Fasting. Hey, we need to get back to fasting. So brother, all praise to the Most High that you realize that to get that spirit off you, it calls for what? It calls for fasting. It calls for prayer. Right? So all praise to the Most High. All right. So and man, now I'm super juiced about even getting into it. Right? But what is February? Real quick. What is February? What is the month of February? According to society, according to American history, what is February? Hey y'all, what is February? I'm talking to y'all too. Y'all can answer. Is what? Speak up.
The month of romance.
February is the month of romance. Man, good Lord. All right. So what have y'all been talking about in school lately?
No, Black History Month.
Black History Month. Thank you. Black History Month. I see Soldier put it up in there. Soldier. Oh, I see Malcolm put it up in there too. Black History Month. Right? My bad. I didn't see the replies. But February is Black History Month, right? So-called. They give us a month. They give us the shortest month to where they talk about is Black history. And then when they talk about Black history, what are they talking about? They're talking about the time period for which we were enslaved. Right? A lot of it. Or they might try to, hit on, a couple, like, they'll talk about Martin Luther King and things such as that matter, right? But Black History Month. So because of it's Black History Month, and we haven't done this in a while, right? I wanted to bring up an article. Now, this is the article that happened on the 3rd of February. This happened February 3rd. Let me go ahead and share this so that everybody can see it. And I'm going to show you how it's nothing new under the sun as well, too. Right? It's nothing new under the sun. So, Shemaiah, my brother, if you could, sir, please read this article.
Black women and her children sentenced to death for defending themselves. On February 3rd, 1948, Rosie Lee Ingram, a black woman, and two of her children, Wallace, 17, and Sammy Lee, 14, were convicted by an all-white jury in a one-day trial in Ellaville, Georgia. The three family members were sentenced to death by electric chair for killing an armed white man in self-defense after he violently assaulted and threatened him. On November 4th, 1947, a white landowner named John Strafford, armed with a shotgun and pocket knife, attacked Miss Ingram, a widow who worked as a sharecropper on his farm near Ellaville. Testimony later revealed that Mr. Strafford hit Miss Ingram in the head with the butt of his rifle while threatening to sexually assault and shoot her. Can you pull it up a little bit? Miss Ingram's sons, all right there. Miss Ingram's sons rushed to their mother's aid when they heard her screaming as she was being attacked. In her defense, one son struck Mr. Strafford with a farm tool, killing him. Miss Ingram and her sons were arrested soon after. Mr. Strafford was found dead, even though the local sheriff admitted that the sons acted in defense of their mother. Rosa, Wallace, and Sammy Lee Ingram were all sentenced to death by electrocution, and their electrocution was scheduled for February 27, 1948. Though Wallace and Sammy Lee were both minors, they were eligible for execution under the law at the time.
Now, that's crazy. Hold on for right there. That's crazy. That the sheriff admitted that, number one, it was done in self-defense, but nevertheless, they still convicted a mother and her two sons and sentenced them to death. Sentenced them to death for defending themselves.
One-day trial.
In a one-day trial. And this is in 1948.
Damn. Look, well, what I'm about to read, the U.S. Supreme Court did not,
no, my fault. Go ahead.
The U.S. Supreme Court did not ban execution of children until 2005.
Hey, that's crazy.
Dog.
And now, some of y'all might remember, I posted an article a long time ago. We had talked about it. The young black boy who was electrocuted, I think he was maybe 11 years old, the youngest person to ever be electrocuted, the youngest person to ever die from execution in the United States was an 11-year-old black boy. And they actually made a movie about it. We talked about it, The Green Mile. The Green Mile is a movie that's actually based on that story. But they changed it around. They made the main character. What's that brother's name? Michael Clark.
Oh, Michael Clark Duncan.
Yeah, Michael Clark Duncan. They changed the main character. They give you this big buff-looking brother instead of who it actually was, which was an 11-year-old little kid. And that's why they had him play simple. They said, you know what? We can't make this movie actually about a little boy, so we're going to make him simple-minded. And so the whole movie, right, you're looking at it and you thinking, oh, man, he's simple. But no, this was an actual little kid that they based this movie on. Look it up. Go into history and look it up. The youngest person ever executed by the United States government was an 11-year-old kid, falsely accused of murdering 2 white women, or 2 white girls. Excuse me, not white women, 2 white girls. They falsely accused this young black boy and killed him behind it. Right? But let's keep reading on this article, because this is going to take me someplace. I said there's nothing new under the sun. It's the same old thing. We're still here in captivity, in the land of our captivity. We're still here. Okay. People are talking about, oh, y'all done come so far. Things have changed. No, nothing has changed. We've got the illusion that things have changed. We're under the illusion that things are different. We're under the illusion that we're free when we're not. But we got that illusion, right? They make y'all think that everything is good now. They make you think that we're free now, right?
The main thing they say is we making progress.
Right, we're making progress. Ain't that a
yeah? Okay. After a post-trial motion and pressure from civil rights activists, the trial judge changed the Ingram sentences to life imprisonment. Then in July 1948, the Georgia Supreme Court affirmed their convictions and life sentences. Though Miss Ingram and her son no longer had death sentences, they were sent to the state penitentiary and were each forced to serve more than a decade in prison for daring to defend themselves against a violent armed assault by a white man. The Ingrams were not released on parole until 1959.
That's crazy. That's absolutely crazy.
That's ridiculous.
Right? For defending themselves. Now, why is that? And it's so, I say it's crazy, but it's not crazy. But on this day, February 3rd, or in history, this happened. I want y'all to see what just recently happened, what just recently took place. All right. And again, to show you that nothing has changed. We're still dealing with the same things that we dealt with 100 years ago, 50 years ago, 60 years ago, however you want to look at it. We're still dealing with those same things. All right. Shemai, say something real quick while I bring this video up.
Yeah, we look into to people that can't save us. Instead of the Most High God, who can save us and said He will do it, we looking into our oppressors to save us. And now, what sense does that make?
Right.
Don't make none at all. And Shalom, sister 212 MX. I've never seen you on class, but Shalom, sis.
Shalom. All right.
High school, where only 1 point attack.
Let's get this. So, y'all see the headline: Black teen arrested for defending himself from butcher knife at school. We just read about this. We just read about a black family arrested, sent to prison, sentenced to death for defending themselves. You got 2 young men who defended their mother, who had just been struck in the head with a shotgun, was threatened to be raped, and her life was threatened. And all 3 of them get sentenced to death They're arrested and sentenced to death. This was happened in 1948. Right? They spent 10 years in jail behind defending themselves. Here we are in 2025, and it's still happening. I'm gonna let the video play.
He gets arrested. He gets arrested for defense of self. Let's put it up full mass. This is an interesting story.
Salakia. Fair use.
So a black child attacked on video with, quote, a big butcher knife was arrested for defending himself, according to the mother. The mother says LA school district failed to protect her son from bullies. The child, whose name has not been made public, was attending the Verdugo Hills High School, where only 1.5% of the student population is black. He may represent half of the black student body himself. Okay? There's more. So 14-year-old child was racially harassed, threatened, and attacked by Hispanic students over a span of months before he was arrested for trying to defend himself against a knife-wielding student earlier this month, according to recent claims filed against the Los Angeles Unified School District. The incident that led to the black student's arrest took place on the 9th of December, following an early afternoon altercation between himself and at least two other students on school grounds that was recorded on video. In the beginning of the 35-second video, an adult female voice can be heard saying, quote, "You can handle it after school." An adult female voice can be heard saying, "You can handle it after school." But with the students hang up on the black child. Towards the end of the video, somebody can be heard saying, quote, "He has a knife," but it is not clear who exactly has the knife. But attorney Brad Gage, who filed the claim last week, which is a precursor to filing the lawsuit, said it was one of the Hispanic students who threatened to stab him with a, quote, big butcher knife, only to end up getting stabbed himself along with another student. Quote, "At some point, others that are part of the group or gang, they come and chase our client with a big butcher knife trying to kill him." This is what the attorney told CBS News. However, it was the black student who ended up arrested on charges of assault with a deadly weapon, which are still pending. The two stabbing victims suffered non-life-threatening injuries. The attorney, Gage, said it was simply a case of self-defense against racial bullying, but it is still not clear if the black child had his own knife or if he stabbed his attackers with the knife they were threatening to use against him. Quote, "Make no mistake."
All right, so that's that. I just wanted to bring that out again, just to show you that we haven't. Now, the article says that they were Hispanic students. In the video, and there is a video that shows it happening. You can't really tell, and we don't. When they say Hispanic, I've seen them say Hispanic before and then not be, actual Hispanics. I don't believe that it was actual Hispanics, quote unquote, so-called, our brothers from the Northern Kingdom, because I don't believe that they would not have arrested them. If it was. That being said, If it was, that still just goes to show you our evil eye that the curses said that we would have against our brothers. That we would have an evil eye towards our brothers. And it's still that amongst between the northern kingdom and the southern kingdom, right? And that's why the two sticks have to come together. Right? Those two sticks have to come together. But I'm not going to get into that. Just wanted to show you the connection to what happened almost 100 years ago. It's not even 100 years ago. It's what, maybe like 80 years ago, where a sister and her sons were arrested and sentenced to death for defending themselves. This young brother was arrested for defending himself. And in the videos that they actually have, it's multiple dudes trying to jump on him. He's being attacked by multiple individuals. It's not one. It's not one-on-one. He's being attacked by multiple. It's 3, 4, 5 of them trying to attack this one dude, this one brother. But he gets arrested for defending himself. Craziness.
Yeah.
Shemai, you want to say something on that?
Yeah, man, that's crazy because I mean everything is repeating itself, especially with Trump being in office. Like these Edomites finna get stupid. You know what I'm saying? Karen's finna get worse.
Man.
The dudes finna get worse. Like we already saw a glimpse of it his first turn.
Mm-hmm.
All you saw was video with us knocking out some white folks.
Right.
But
right.
yeah, they finna get stupid again.
All right. So that being said, let's talk about what the class is about tonight, and it's about crashing out. I asked y'all earlier to give some definitions of what it means to crash out to you. Some of us may have known people who've crashed out, been crash dummies. Some of us may have known people. Some of us may have at one point in time been a crash dummy ourselves, ready to crash out, throw it all away. That might have been some of us. So I asked y'all for y'all definitions, what y'all thought it meant. Now I went into the Urban Dictionary and I looked up what the Urban Dictionary definition was, and this was one of the definitions that came up. So in the Urban Dictionary, got multiple definitions. I actually like this one, and I pulled this one. All right. So Shemai, can you read that, Baba Kasha?
Yeah, crash out, slang term usually meaning to commit an act which will result in a long prison sentence or even death.
Right. Salakia. So an act that's going to result in a long prison sentence or even death. Right. And when we think about people crashing out, right? Y'all said lose their mind, for that brief second, for that brief moment. Where brothers may be in the club and get into an argument, a verbal altercation behind whatever the case may be. They feel disrespected or whatever, and they be ready to crash out over this one incident. Be ready to shoot the club up. Hey, when I was coming up, they had songs like "Tear the Club Up," "Tear the Club Up." That's what I grew up on. These type of, and really demonic songs that put you in the spirit. They put a spirit on you. We're going to talk about that too. But they put a spirit on you, these type of songs. And being around certain individuals, for real, right? Being around certain individuals can put you in that mode, put you in that mind frame, right? But crashing out, commit an act that results in a long prison sentence. Now I started thinking about that. I started thinking about crashing out, right? I started thinking about crashing out. But I started thinking about, and I started relating it to basically this walk, right? And you say, Yahweh, how do you talk about or thinking about crashing out as it results to this walk, right? Well, this walk is hard. If anybody tell you that this walk is not hard, they lying to you. When you come to serve the Most High God, when you say, man, I'm going to separate myself from the rest of the world, I'm going to separate myself from the life that I used to live, and you say, I'm coming to serve Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, right? Once you say that, once you determine that in your spirit, you come under attack.
God.
Point blank, period.
It's
not an easy walk. By no means. If it was an easy walk, why would we be told to endure? It doesn't make sense. Right? Shemaiah, get your precept.
It's the book of Sirach, chapter 2 and verse 1. My son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation. Because once you set your heart, like you said, that's when the attack comes. That's when Satan focuses on you. He not focused on you when you doing what he wants you to do. He focused on you when you want to be going the straight and narrow.
Right.
That's when he focused on you. That's when he turn up that heat.
Right.
And verse 2, set thy heart aright and constantly endure and
Do
make
what?
not haste in the time of trouble. So that's why we have to endure. That's why this walk is not easy, because we have to endure until the end.
Endure to the end. Right. In that verse, it said constantly endure. That's something that you got to continue to do. You have to continue pushing on, pressing on, because the attacks are going to keep on coming. We have to go through the fire. We have to get proved. Nobody's just walking into the kingdom like, oh man, okay, I'm here now. No, you got to go through things before we get to the kingdom. Hey, prophecy has to be fulfilled. All praise to the Most High. I'm called a precept. She said Jeremiah 17:9. Let's see what Jeremiah 17:9 says. Right? We have to constantly endure. And all praises, Amma. She been working on getting her precepts. She been working on it. I talked to her. We was on the phone the other day, and she was talking about, I've been practicing, I've been reading, and I've been studying, and I've been working on my precept game. All praise to the Most High, brother.
All praises. The book of Jeremiah, chapter 17 and verse 9. The heart is deceitful above all things.
Okay.
And
right?
desperately wicked. Who can know it?
Hey, the heart is deceitful among all things, right? Who can know it? Hey, mama, that's not exactly a precept for what we was talking about right now, but that's a good precept though. Right? What we was talking about, what we're dealing with is the fact that this walk is a hard walk. And actually, you know what? That actually is a good precept, because the heart is deceitful, right? What's the heart? The heart is the mind, right? Your mind to tell you that you're doing all right. Mama Salakia, that was a good precept. Your mind will tell you that you're fine. Your mind will tell you that you're doing what you're supposed to do.
Precept.
Right? Your mind is going to do that. So the mind is deceitful and desperately wicked. And we're going to deal with the mind. We're going to deal with all of that tonight. Right? Come on, what's your precept?
The book of Proverbs, chapter 14 and verse 12. There is a way which seemeth right unto a man, but the end thereof are the ways of death. So going to your point that your mind can deceive you to thinking you're doing the right thing, but in the end, it's sin, and sin leads to death.
That's heavy. That's heavy. And so in all that, right? In all of that, what do we have to do? Number one, we got to check ourselves. We got to look at ourselves. Everybody included. From the person who you think is the number one scholar all the way down. Because why? Because we're going to come under attack. We have to continually endure. Right? We have to endure our flesh. We have to overcome our own flesh. We have to overcome our own thoughts. We have to overcome our own desires. Those desires don't just go away once you say, oh, I'm in the truth now. You don't stop having certain desires. The person that you had to change from, the person that you had to change from, that person is still in you. And it really just only takes one incident. It could just take one incident to bring that person back out. That's it. Let me get Romans 8 and 7. So it's a constant fight. It's a constant struggle. It's a constant battle. And Paul talks about that. It's a constant fight to stay in the truth. Don't just think that everything is good now. What did Sirach say? Say when you come to serve the Lord, prepare your soul for temptation. That's not just one day. That's until the end, right? Because we got to constantly endure. Constantly endure. Let's get that. Romans 8 and 7.
It's the book of Romans chapter 8 and verse 7. Because the carnal mind is enmity against God. For it is not subject to the law of God, neither indeed can be.
Right? Hey, that carnal mind, which we have to what? We have to overcome our carnal mind. We have to overcome the flesh. We have to kill the way that we used to think. We have to what? We have to become as newborn babes. We have to relearn everything. How we grew up in life, how we was raised in life, the different schisms that we have, and we all have different schisms. We are all dealing with different traumas, different hurts, different pains that we have to overcome. We can't use those things as excuses for bad behavior. We can't. We think that once we come into the truth, we think because we start keeping feast days that we're good. No. That's a step. Right? Keeping feast days is a step. Now you're going from being a lawbreaker to keeping the law. It's a step. All praise to the Most High. You keeping feast days now. We think that because we start wearing fringes, or because we start putting on head wraps, or because we go from wearing pants to wearing skirts, that we're good. No. That's a step. All praise to the Most High. All praise to the Most High that now you're putting on your fringes. But by that token, what is even the purpose of the fringe? What's the purpose of fringes? What's the purpose of wearing them? It's not a fashion statement. Yeah, I can see a brother walking down the street or walking through the store and I see him fringes and I'm like, oh, hey, shalom. Shalom, how you doing? You know, I recognize, hey, brother got on his fringes. Hey, this is a brother that's in the truth. All praise to the Most High. Yeah, but they're not a fashion statement. What's the purpose of wearing the fringes? Right? Let me get that in Numbers.
It's the book of Numbers, chapter 15 and verse 40. That ye may remember and do all my commandments and be holy unto your God.
Right? That you may remember and do all the commandments. All the commandments. Not some, not the ones that we agree with, not the ones that we feel like doing. All the commandments. How many of us have taken the time to really start studying those commandments? How many of us have actually looked at and taken the time to study the commandments to see what applies to us? Oh, this right here, this applies to me. Oh, let me see what Yahweh Shai said about this. Because Yahweh Shai did what? He expounded on the commandments. He made it plain. He made it plain. Right? How many of us actually really study that? Because it said to remember the commandments and do them. So the fringes are for us to remember to do the commandments. Give me the book of Joshua 1:8 real quick. Just real fast. That's what these fringes are for. To cause us to remember. Right? It's not cause. Hey, the fringes aren't there just to make us remember. Oh, I got to keep feast days. Yes, keep feast days. It's a law, right? Why you out here celebrating these other holidays? Speaking to the heathens. Christmas, 4th of July, New Year's, New Year's, January 1st. That's not New Year's. When the Most High told you to celebrate that? Never. Right? Read what you holding.
It's the book of Joshua, chapter 1 and verse 8. This book of the law shall not depart out of thy mouth.
You shall not stop talking about the book of the law. You shall not stop talking about the law that the Most High gave you. Right? Does that mean that, hey, I always every conversation got to be about the law? No, I'm not saying it. But, what should happen? Like when I talk to the brother Yawasop, in conversation with Yawasop be like, oh man, I got a verse, I got a precept for that. You can't have a conversation with Yawasop and that brother not say, oh, I got a precept for that. Hey, this book you should not stop talking about the law of the Most High God. Right? Read on.
But thou shalt meditate therein day and night.
Hey, we're supposed to be meditating on it. That's how you not forget. That's how you remember the commandments. Because you're meditating on the law day and night. You're thinking about the law day and night. It matters to you what the Most High God says and what the Most High God feels, or how the Most High God feels, what the Most High God thinks. And I wanna have the mind that Christ had. Say, hey, let this mind be in you that was in Christ, Hamashiach Yahushua. Right? Hey, I want that same mind. But it takes what? It takes meditation. It takes studying. It takes reading. Right? So, keeping the commandments, keeping the law, right? Fringes, feast days, these are steps. Steps to what? These are all steps to being converted. Let's see, too.
Yawasop, I would say Joe.
Oh yeah. God, man, Joe, and that's how you know that brother from Chicago, right? Hey, but these are steps, though, right? These are steps to being converted. Y'all think just because you said I'm in the truth now that you're converted? No. You think because you throw on some fringes now you're converted? No. You think because you kept a couple feast days now you're converted? No. These are steps. We're working towards perfection. What? I'm going to prove it. That these are just steps. That we're still being perfected. Right? But in being perfected, we have to do what? In being perfected, we have to continue studying. In being perfected, we have to keep on meditating. In being perfected, we have to keep on rehearsing the righteous acts of the Most High God. Right? Give me Psalms 19:7.
the book of Psalms, chapter 19 and verse 7. The law of the Lord is perfect, converting the soul. The testimony of the Lord is sure, making the wise simple.
Now, now when it said converting, what's on the end of convert?
The soul.
No. How's convert spelled? How is that word spelled here?
Converting, like in future tense, I guess.
Right.
Yeah.
So it said converting. What does the suffix ing mean? Right. The suffix ing. No, not. Go read it again. It's not ed. That because ed is past tense, right?
Mm-hmm.
Psalms 19 and 7. It says converting. ing, converting the soul. Hey, shalom, my brother, Barack. Shalom. That's my brother right there. That's a good brother. If y'all ain't subscribed to his channel, subscribe to his channel. Right? Subscribe to that channel, Success's Journey. All right. But the suffix ing, means, or if you look up what that suffix means, it's an action. It says an action or a process. Right? It's something that you're doing. It's currently happening. You're doing it. Right? It's a process. We're not converted. Oh, con. We're not converted once we say, oh, I'm in the truth now. We're not converted. You're not converted because you put on some fringes. You're not converted because you start keeping feast days. Because we have to what? We have to constantly endure. Converting is a process. It is a process. We are being made perfect. It doesn't just happen because we say that we're in the truth.
God.
Now watch. I'm going to show you something. Give me Luke 22 and 31. It's a process. It's something that you have to work towards daily. You have to work on yourself daily. You have to look at yourself on a daily basis and continue to do what? To fight the good fight. It's a fight. It's a struggle. And that's why Paul said it like that. Hey, man, fight the good fight. You got to keep swinging. You got to, hey, man, you're going to have to bob and you're going to have to weave. You know, you're going to have to carry some stuff. You got to fight the good fight. Give me that in Luke.
It's the book of Luke, chapter 22 and verse 31. And the Lord said, Simon, Simon, behold, Satan has desired to have you, that he may sift you as wheat.
Wow, right? This is Simon, right? This is Peter, the head apostle, the head disciple. Hey, ain't none of us exempt. That's none of us are exempt from spirits hopping on us. None of us are exempt from turning back to our vomit. None of us are exempt. David prayed what? David prayed, hey, do not take your spirit from me. David said, don't take your spirit from me. None of us are exempt. You don't think that now I'm in the truth, I'm good. No. Now you're in the truth, that means you got to fight hard. Now you're in the truth, hey, man, you got to start doing your spiritual burpees. Right? You got to start doing, hey, hitting them push-ups. Hitting them squats. Because Satan is looking to shift you. Salaki. Right? Read the next verse.
Verse 32. But I prayed for thee, that thy faith fail not. And when thou art converted, strengthen thy brethren.
Read that again.
Verse 32. and I prayed for thee, that thy faith fail not.
Come on.
And when thou art converted,
and when that, Peter was walking with Yahushua during this whole ministry. But what did Yahushua say to him? When you are converted. So you mean tell me in this whole time that Peter's walking with Yahushua that he hadn't been converted yet? No, Peter was still going through a process. We have to continue going through the process. And Yahushua said, I pray for you. Hey, the Messiah was praying for him. Right? And then he said that when you are converted. Come on, read on.
strengthen thy brethren.
Right? He said, and then strengthen your brethren. Right? So the whole thing that I want to point out with that verse is that even Peter, even the rock, was still being converted. He hadn't been converted yet. Peter still had to go through a process. Hey, there was a point when the Messiah called him Satan. He said, get behind me, Satan. So it's a process. We have to go through a process. Where does it start? It starts by one staying in the book. It starts by becoming that little child all over again. It starts by, the things that I was taught, the way that I was raised, that old person that I used to be, I cannot be that person anymore. Certain different feelings that you have, do these feelings line up with what the scriptures say? Because if they don't, then you have to change your whole thought process. Right? We're still being refined. For some of us, it's going to take longer. For some of us, some of us still got different spirits on us that we're dealing with. But you have to come to the realization and the understanding that you are still battling things. Certain things aren't okay. You could say, I just feel this way. No, that's not okay. If it don't line up with what the Bible say, if it don't line up with what the scriptures say, it's not okay.
So like,
come on.
And that's a hard thing for people. Like, that's the way I feel, to know that the Most High don't give a damn about your feelings.
That's right, that part.
If it's not lining up with the Bible, then he don't give a damn about your feelings, or how you feel about what he told you to do. You know what I'm saying? It's like, right. So it's like you have to check your spirit when it comes to them feelings. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Right. Let me get Matthew 24:13. Because it's a process, right? It's a process that we all have to go through continually. We're all going through it. Don't let I heard an Israelite say one time that he's perfect. I heard him say that. I'm perfect.
Same thing.
Right. And the pride that it takes to say something like that. Right? That takes a lot of pride to say, oh yeah, I'm perfect. I don't break no law. Right? I don't commit no sin. And even my thoughts. And because where does sin originate? Sin originates in your mind. It starts with a thought.
I got a precept for that.
Right? Hey, let's get it. Sin begins with a thought. It doesn't just happen. Right? Come on with your precept.
Okay. It's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 10 and verse 16. Circumcise therefore the foreskin of your heart, and be no more stiff-necked. Because the heart is your mind. You have to take that worldly, that foreskin of the world off your mind and be converted. You know what I'm saying? So that I yield to your point.
And I see Alma put a precept up. Let's see what she's talking about. Get that's Iraq 3:24. Iraq 3:24. I'm on it tonight with your precepts, Mama. Go ahead then.
It's the book of Sirach, chapter 3 and verse 24. For many are deceived by their own vain opinion, and an evil suspicion has overthrown their judgment.
Hey, good precept, Mama. Good precept. Right? Read that one more time.
Which one?
And the one that you just read.
Oh,
that's Sirach 3. Yeah. Mama, you been studying, huh?
It's the book of Sirach, chapter 3 and verse 24. For many are deceived by their own vain opinion.
Hey, many people are deceived by their own opinion, by their own thoughts. Right? In fact, that just brought a precept to my mind, but we'll get it later. Right? Many are deceived by their own thoughts, by their own opinion. Or I think this. Hey, don't nobody care what you think. Don't know. Hey, give me the precept. Through the precepts is where I get understanding. Are you getting your understanding from the word of the Most High God? Is that where your understanding is coming from? Or is your understanding coming from the traditions of men? Is your understanding coming from how the world thinks? Is your understanding coming from, what this sister over here said? Or what this brother said? Or is it coming from the book? Right? That's where we got to get our understanding from. Right? Oh, go ahead.
And an evil suspicion has overthrown their judgment.
Right? Give me that in Matthew 24.
It's the book of Matthew, chapter 24 and verse 13. But he that shall endure unto the end, the same shall be saved.
And that's what we were saying, right? You got to continually endure. It's a process. It doesn't just stop once you say, I'm in the truth now. It doesn't just stop once you've gone and you kept the Passover. It doesn't just stop once you kept Feast of Tabernacles. You did it, all praise to the Most High. Continue doing it. You wearing your fringes, all praise to the Most High. Continue rocking them. You done put the pork down, hey, all praise to the Most High. Stay away from that abominable food. You done grew out your beard, all praise to the Most High. Don't shave it off no more. It's a continual process. Hey, someone did something to you, and you're offended by what they did. That's not now. Hey, how many people are willing to forgive a person for something that they did? Right? Now it's come on, wait, I gotta forgive him. Man, I gotta still deal with this person.
Yeah, like truly forgive him.
Like truly forgive him. Right, that part. Yo, somebody did something to me, and I've been battling with something. I've been dealing with something and really trying to work to having true forgiveness in my heart towards this person. This person made me feel a certain type of way. Really, and it's not even that they made me feel a type of way, because I've been mad and angry and upset with people before, but when it comes to like hurt, right, that hits different. Right, when you're really hurt about something, when something really hurts you, right, then it's like right, you got to fight through that, and that's something that I got to deal with, right? So we all have our own things that we have to deal with, that we have to endure. I gotta forgive this person. God, dog, man.
And Salaki.
Come on.
And with this precept right here, shall endure until the end.
Mm-hmm.
Like the Most High is telling you, I know there's gonna be a battle.
That's
He
right.
telling you he knows it's gonna be a battle with that scripture. Like, but you still have to endure this until the end.
Come on now.
You know what I'm saying? So I yield off that point.
Come on. That's hard. Right? Give me Romans 14:7. Enduring to the end. Endure. Right? Hey, yo, part of the temptations is to, it's a temptation that I don't sock some of these dudes in a grill that get sideways and think, yo, man, you can say whatever to me. Okay, partner. Be glad you still got all your fronts.
Yeah.
Right? That enduring my own thoughts. Right? Come on, read that.
It's the book of Romans, chapter 14 and verse 7. For none of us liveth to himself, and no man dieth to himself.
Right? Hey, none of us, we're not living for our own benefit. Right? We don't live for ourselves. Right? Read that again.
It's the book of Romans, chapter 14 and verse 7. For none of us liveth to himself, and no man dieth to himself.
Come on.
Verse 8. For whether we live unto the Lord.
Hey, we living for the Most High. Right? Read.
And whether we die unto the Lord.
Come on, give me Galatians 2:20. Because in fact, it's when we're in this, when we come into this walk, right? What do we have to do? We have to get rid of that old way of thinking. We have to get rid of that old way of living. We have to become a new person. We have to become a new person with a new thought process. Right? Read that.
You said 2 and 20, right?
Con.
It's the book of Galatians, chapter 2 and verse 20. I am crucified with a Mashiach.
Right? Hey, have you killed that old man? Have you killed that old way of thinking? Have you lived for real? Or are you still, hey, you wearing the fringes, but you still that same individual? We got to die to ourselves. That person that we used to be, hey, we got to kill him. Hey, I cannot be that person that I used to be no more. Sometimes that person, he'll come out every now and then. But I got to have the discernment and understand, yo, hold on, wait a minute. That's not me no more. I'm not that person no more. Right? I've killed that man. All things have become new. And I'm not going to let nobody put that back on me. But that's a work. It's a work to do that. Or to not do that. To not have that happen. Right? That's a work, man. And so now in crashing out, right? One of the definitions that we seen from Urban Dictionary said what? A lengthy prison sentence, right? A lengthy prison sentence. Give me Ephesians 4:1. Part of crashing out is what? Saying, man, I know that I'm about to do some time. Right? And not just a little time. I'm not finna, man, I'm about to go sit down for real. I'm crashing out. Look, if they give me life, it is what it is. Right? Read that.
It's the book of Ephesians chapter 4 and verse 1. I, therefore, the prisoner of the Lord.
Wait, the what?
The prisoner of the Lord.
How many of us have become prisoners of the Lord? What does that mean? What does that mean to become a prisoner of the Lord? Right? So when I talk about crashing out, that's the crashing out that I'm talking about. I'm talking about, yo, man, I'm about to become a prisoner of for the Most High. That's what crashing out for me means. Right? My life is now his. I don't live for myself anymore. I live for Christ. I live for the Most High. Whether I live or whether I die, it's for the Most High. I'm crashing out. Right? And becoming a prisoner of the Lord. How many of y'all, you don't have to answer, but have sold out and said, man, I live for Christ. I live for the Most High. My thoughts, hey, I'm putting those behind me. You know, there's a scripture say, hey, whatsoever things are lovely, whatsoever things are pure, whatsoever things are good. Paraphrasing, but it says, think on those things. You know, another precept, we're casting down imaginations. Right? We're taking captive thoughts. We're taking our own thoughts captive. Right? When we talk about becoming a prisoner for the Lord, we're talking about taking our own thoughts captive. Those thoughts that we had. Right? Those worldly thoughts, those fleshly thoughts, those responses the way we would have responded when we were still in the world. But we're not that person no more. At least we're not supposed to be. All things have become new. Right? Let me get 2 Corinthians 13 and 5. All things have become new. That old person is dead. I've killed that person. I've killed that man. Right? I don't want to have nothing to do with that man anymore. I don't want to have nothing to do with the way that I used to think anymore. I don't want to have nothing to do with the way that I used to live. All things have become new. I'm trying to walk in this newness of life. And that's what we all should be striving for. Walking in the newness of life. Right? Let's get that.
It's the book of 2 Corinthians chapter 13 and verse 5. Examine yourselves, whether you be in the faith.
Right? Examine yourself. Examine yourself. Whether you be in the faith. This isn't something that you do one time and say, oh man, I'm eating pork. Let me stop eating pork. No. Examine yourself. Whether you be in the faith. What does that mean? It means looking at the type of person you are. It means looking at the type of demons that you deal with. And we all deal with demons. We all have demons that we battle with. Hey, like the brother said earlier. Hey, in fact, and bro, I'm not trying to put you on the spot. But that's some real talk, and that's why I said, like, that's the spirit. Right? So I've been fasting because I've been feeling like crashing out. We all have demons that we personally battle with and deal with. My demons might not be your demons. Your demons might not be my demons. But we all are dealing with stuff in the spirit. Because why? Because when we come to serve the Lord, when we come to serve the Most High, we have to do what? Prepare ourselves for temptation. Because it's going to come. When we come to serve the Most High, we have to prepare ourselves for temptation because it's going to come. And we have to constantly endure. We have to constantly focus and meditate on the word of the Most High God so that we can make it to the end. So that we can get the kingdom. Right? Come on.
I mean, to your point, like, what do you think you're enduring? You know what I'm saying? Like, when you say endure to the end, like, what do you think you're enduring? You trying to endure these damn demons.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? It ain't the Holy Spirit.
Come on now.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Right? That's the point. And so, hey, give me Mark 7:21. Anybody that say they don't got no demons, anybody that say, man, they're not dealing with something, you lying. Come on, be truthful. You need to have some righteous friends in your corner. You need to have people who you can go to and talk to. Hey, that's why the scripture also said, hey, don't be out there alone, like paraphrasing, like a bull, because you will get torn to pieces.
Oh,
You gotta have some people that you can go to and confide in and talk to and say, yo, I'm dealing with this. You gotta be able to go and say, yo, this is a demon of mine that I'm dealing with. Yo, I need you to fast with me. I need you to pray with me. I need you to go to war with me. Help me in this. Help me through this. Right? Some people who you can confide in, because we're supposed to what? Confess our faults. We're supposed to confess our faults. Right? Give me that Mark 7:21. Baba Kashaf.
It's the book of Mark, chapter 7, and verse 21. For from within, out of the heart of men, proceed evil thoughts, adulteries, fornications, murders, thefts, covetousness, wickedness, deceit, lasciviousness, an evil eye, blasphemy, pride, foolishness.
Wait. What?
Pride.
Come on. Hey, these are all different spirits. Don't fool yourself, because some of us are battling with these very things. Some of us are dealing with these very things.
Let me finish this out.
Come on.
Pride, foolishness, and all these evil things come from within and defile the man.
And yo, we dealing with this. On average, Yahushua ain't just say this for no reason, right? Hey, one of these spirits, hey, y'all might be dealing with. Some of us might be dealing with all of them, right?
God.
Like I said, I had to deal with my pride because I had that spirit jump on me. I got really prideful. Man, I had got really prideful, and I had to say, wait a minute, man, I'm tripping. I'm wrong. I'm wrong in this. But my pride had me like, nah, man, what? Pride to do that. Pride to make you think, yo, you right when you are really wrong. Right? So we all dealing with that. Give me Mark 9:29. And you have to recognize when a spirit is on you. You have to understand when you're dealing with something. Let me take this brother's post off. There we go. All right. Hey, shalom. Everybody that's entered in. Right? Read that for me.
It's the book of Mark, chapter 9, and verse 29. And he said unto them, This kind can come forth by nothing, but by prayer and fasting.
Right. In fact, what is he talking about right here? Let's jump up on that verse. I want you to go ahead and jump to jump to verse number 17.
It's the book
jump up to verse 17.
It's the book of Mark, chapter 9, and verse 17. And one of the multitude answered and said, Master, I have brought unto thee my son, which has a dumb spirit.
Right. Hey, so this man brought his son to Yahushua because he got a spirit on him. Right. Go to verse 28.
Verse 28. And when he was come into the house, his disciple asked him privately, Why could not we cast him out?
Come on.
And he said unto them, This kind can come forth by nothing, but by prayer and fasting.
Hey, sometimes, we got spirits on us, right? A spirit that we dealing with, that we've been battling with. Hey, like the brother said, he had to fast. Hey, some of these are only going to leave us through fasting, through prayer. You've been battling with something, you've been dealing with something. Hey, you need to fast. You need to pray. Sometimes you may need to go to your brothers or to your sisters and say, I've been dealing with this. I've been struggling with this. Yo, can you fast with me? Can you pray with me? This is something that I'm dealing with. Some of these spirits are only going to leave through prayer and fasting. Right? Now, I was talking with brothers earlier, right? And in the conversation, we was talking about a brother that said, yo, he wanted to be careful. He didn't want just someone coming over, because he didn't want a spirit to enter into his house. He wanted to keep a certain type of spirit out of his home. Right? Sometimes we can have spirits hop on us from dealing with people. Dealing with certain individuals can cause a spirit to jump on you. Right? You have to be careful about who's in your inner circle. And you have to use discernment with certain people. Because you can't just let everybody around you. You can't let just everybody in your house. Because a spirit will jump on you. I've said before that, it's times when we be out in the city, and that's why, for brothers especially, who go out and hit the streets, go out into the highways and the byways, you need to be prayed up before you go out. You need to make sure that you've prayed before you go out. Because spirits can jump on people. You don't believe me? That's Bible. That a spirit can jump on you. That's Bible. That you can be around somebody and the spirit will hop on you and you start tripping. You be like, man, hold on. Why am I tripping? Oh, because this person had spirits and one of them hopped on you. Right? Give me the book of Acts. Acts 19 and 15. I'll prove it. Right? Because we can't just say things. We got to prove it.
Said 19 and 15?
19 and 15. Come
on. It's the book of Acts, chapter 19 and verse 15. And the evil spirit answered and said, Yahushua, I know, and Paul, I know, but who are ye? And the man in whom the evil spirit was leaped on them and overcame them and prevailed against them.
What did do? What did do? What that spirit do? Read that again.
Leap. And the man in whom the evil spirit was leaped on them and overcame them and prevailed against them, so that they fled out of that house naked and wounded.
Yo, hey, these spirits, you can have a spirit hop on you. And again, hey, what the spirit say? The spirit said, hey, how shall I know? Paul, I know, but hey, who you niggas?
Yeah, you claiming to be like them? Like,
right?
Who are y'all?
Who are y'all? And hopped on them. Yo, you can have a spirit hop on you. Right? What does that mean? Hey, yo, we can't be playing when it comes to doing the work. Because where are we? Hey, we go out into some of us, right? We going out into Sodom. We going out into Gomorrah.
Well, demon headquarters for you.
Right? Hey, we all kind of spirits walking around us. All kind of perversion going on around us. Brothers who hit the streets, who go out and teach the word, got all kind of spirits walking around us, coming up to us. Sometimes we can be at camp. And it's happened to me before. I'll be at camp and something where I just end up snapping. I could be calm, cool, collected, been calm and cool and collected the whole day. And all of a sudden somebody comes up and we start dealing with them and a spirit will come on me and now I'm going in. Not saying that, yo, don't bring out the word. But I feel a change. come over me. I feel it. A different spirit that came on me in that instant, in that moment. Right? So man, give me 1 Corinthians 10 and 12. So we got to be careful about the people that we deal with. We got to be careful and use discernment. Use discernment. Right? Because these spirits is real. And some of the spirits that we have, some of the demons that we're fighting against, those inner battles, the inner battles that we don't want to tell nobody about, those different thoughts that we have, right? Some of us are fighting against thoughts. We're fighting our own thoughts that's in our mind. We don't want to tell nobody, but we're fighting those demons. Hey, Paul was fighting something. Paul called it a thorn in the flesh. Paul was dealing with different thoughts that he was having. And he said, he asked the Most High to take it from him. He said, take this from me. What the Most High said, my grace is sufficient. Right? My grace is sufficient. But Paul was dealing with something. Paul was battling something. Every one of us are battling something. Nobody is excluded. And the spirit can hop on any one of us at any given time. You're not excluded. You're not exempt from having a spirit jump on you. Nobody is exempt from that. Right? Give me that 1 Corinthians.
It's the book of 1 Corinthians chapter 10 and verse 12. Wherefore let him that thinketh he standeth take heed lest he fall.
It said, read that for me one more time.
Book of 1 Corinthians chapter 10 and verse 12. Wherefore let him that thinketh he standeth take heed.
Hey, so if you think that you good, if you think that you don't have to worry about nothing, Paul is talking to you. If you think that you don't have to worry about slipping, if you think that you don't have to worry about falling, even the Bible says a righteous man will fall 7 times. But you think that ain't nothing gonna happen to you? You thinking that you don't have to overcome nothing? You thinking that you don't have to deal with none of these spirits? Where are we? We are in mystery Babylon, right? Give me Revelation 18 real quick. Salaki. Hold that in 1 Corinthians, but give me that Revelation 18 and 3.
It's the book of Revelations, chapter 18, starting at verse 3. For all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication, and the kings of the earth have committed fornications with her, and the merchants of the earth were waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacies.
Oh, Salaki. I actually give me verse 2. Oh, I actually want verse 2. Salaki, my bad.
It's the book of Revelation, chapter 18, and verse 2. And he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the great is fallen, and it's become the habitation of devils, and the whole of every foul spirit,
and every what?
And the whole of every foul spirit.
Yo, this place is full of spirits. Full of spirits. But you thinking that you good. You thinking that you don't have to worry about them. No. That's why we have to continue to endure. Because these spirits are out here trying to jump on people. I'll prove it. These spirits are trying to hop on people. And it's trying to hop on the ones who say, I'm in the truth. I don't have to worry about nothing. Because 1 Corinthians said what? Read that again.
It's the book of 1 Corinthians chapter 10 and verse 12. Wherefore let him that thinketh if he standeth.
Hey, you think you good. You think that you don't have to worry about temptation. Right? You thinking that you don't have to worry about nothing. You're in the truth now. Read.
Take heed lest he fall.
Take heed. Take heed, man.
It's like saying check yourself.
Come on now. Lest he fall. Lest you fall. Fall what? Fall into sin. Fall into temptation. Because you can have a spirit hop on you. You can have a spirit jump on you because we are in Mystery Babylon, the place with every foul spirit. Every foul spirit. And again, we was what? The majority of us weren't raised in this truth. We came into this truth after 20, 30, 40 years of living. So we got a bunch of habits. We got a bunch of spirits that we already have become accustomed to having. A bunch of spirits that we've already been dealing with. Yahushua gave us some in Mark. He gave us some of those spirits, some of those things that we're already dealing with in our minds. Right? Give me Philippians 2 and 12. It's a fight. And we got to continue to fight it. Read that.
All right. It's the book of Philippians chapter 2 and verse 12. Wherefore, my beloved, as ye have always obeyed, not as in my presence only, but now much more in my absence, work out your own salvation with fear and trembling.
Hey, we got to work. We got to work. We got work to do. We got work to do. Our own salvation. We got work to do. I got work to do. I got to work out my salvation. I got to deal with the spirits that I got to deal with. I got to deal with the demons that I got to deal with. Can't nobody stand in front of the stand up for me on Judgment Day. Yo, it's only one. It's only one advocate. Who's that? That's Yahushua. That's the only advocate that's going to stand for you in that day. Right? Give me Mark Salakia. Matthew 7 and 21. Matthew 7 and 21. We got to work out our own salvation. Work. Work. With fear and trembling. Work. How many of us really truly have that fear and trembling to work? Let me read these precepts. What the precepts say? Because through the precepts is where I get understanding. So, I'm meditating. Let me read this. Oh, I'm going to meditate. I'm going to think about this all day. I'm going to think about this scripture through the day. Right? Then I'm going to get a precept. So I can get understanding. So I'll be like, okay. Right? With fear and trembling. Because there's going to come a point in time when grace runs out. And you're going to need that advocate for you. Right? You're going to need that advocate. But this is what you don't want to hear the advocate say. Right? Read that.
It's the book of Matthew, chapter 7 and verse 21. Not everyone that saith unto me, Lord, Lord, shall enter into the kingdom of heaven. But he that doeth the will of my Father, which is in heaven. Many will say to me in that day, Lord, Lord, have we not prophesied in thy name? And in thy name have cast out devils? And in thy name done many wonderful works? And then I will profess unto them, I never knew you.
What do you say?
I never knew you.
Yo, the advocate, he goes, hey, don't look at me. I don't know you. Who's this clown? Read on.
Depart from me, ye that work iniquity.
What is iniquity? Iniquity is willful sin. It's willful sin. What that means? That means, yo, you got to be in a book. You got to study. So that you can have, the advocate step in for you. Hey, I got him. Right? But we got to work out our own salvation with fear and trembling. Give me Wisdom of Solomon 9 and 15. Right? And again, it's a process. It's a process that we're going through. It's a process. that each of us have to go through individually. Yo, with my daughters, man, I got my daughters sitting there right now. You better not be asleep neither. All right. You taking notes? All right. Right? It's a process. Because, yo, I can't stand for my daughter. I can't stand up for her. She got to work out her own salvation. I can teach her. I can instruct her. And pray she listen. Hope that she gets it. Because she's got to answer for herself. So she's got to work out her own salvation. Because I can't stand for her. Right? Read that.
It's the book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 9 and verse 15. For the corruptible body presseth down the soul, and the earthly tabernacle weigheth down the mind that museth upon many things.
Right? It said the corruptible body, right? The corruptible body, this body that's going to perish, right? Hey, it weighs down our soul. It weighs down our soul. And our mind is on a million things. Our mind is, I don't know about y'all, but throughout a given day, and I tell people this sometimes, I'm like, man, I got a million things on my mind. Right? In a given day, our mind is going. Our mind is thinking. Sometimes, we got all kind of crazy thoughts going through our head. In this day of social media, you can open up something and y'all know what it is that you can come across. The brothers definitely know. So our mind is everywhere. So what do we got to do? Again, we got to work. We got to work. Right? Give me Isaiah 26 and 3. We're about to wrap up. Isaiah 26 and 3. The water for everybody who stayed locked in. Right? All praise to the Most High. I hope this is edifying for you. Right? I hope this is edifying. Let me get that. Isaiah 26 and 3.
Okay. It's the book of Isaiah chapter 26 and verse 3. That will keep him in perfect peace, whose mind is stayed on thee.
Hey, so you can't be having your mind on all of this, on any and everything. You got to keep your mind on the Most High God. That's how you stay in perfect peace. You stay in perfect peace when you're meditating on this book. That's when you stay in perfect peace. But when your mind start going everywhere, when your mind is thinking on this, that, and the other, you're not going to have perfect peace. We have to keep our mind and our focus on the Most High God. And continue to do what? Work out our salvation. Come
on. With that, our mind being on perfect peace, whose mind on thee, Captain Youngin did a perfect class on this past Shabbat. I forgot the name of it. Can somebody put it in the chat if they know what the name of the class is? But that's perfect as far as what you take in and what you bring out in your fruits.
Con, let's go back to that. Ephesians 4 and 21 real quick. Or 4 and 1. Salakia. Ephesians 4 and 1. All praise to the Most High.
It's the book of Ephesians, chapter 4 and verse 1. I, therefore, the prisoner of the Lord.
Right? Hey, Paul said, I'm a prisoner. Go down there. Oh. No, you. All right, Salakia. Hey, say something real quick.
You have to be a prisoner of the Lord because let me find this precept. You it's a lot, yeah.
All right, Salakia, I'm back. Right. So it said, become a prisoner of the Lord. Right. Becoming a prisoner of the Most High. You had a precept.
Yeah, being a prisoner of the Lord. It's the book of Sirach, chapter 6, and I'm gonna start at verse 23.
Let's start at 22.
All right, verse 22. For wisdom is according to her name, and she is not manifest unto many. Give ear, my son, receive my advice, and refuse not my counsel. And put thy feet in her fetters, and thy neck in her chains. So fetters is shackles, pretty much. And bow down thy shoulders and bear her, and be not grieved with her bonds. Come unto her with thy whole heart, and keep her ways with all thy power. Search and seek, and she shall be made known unto thee. And when thou hast got hold of her, let her not go. For at the last thou shalt find her rest, and that shall be turned into thy joy. Then shall her fetters, her shackles, be a strong defense for thee, and her chains a robe of glory.
That's right. Break it down. Break it down.
So the wisdom, the commandments is, if you a prisoner to it, it's gonna be like shackles on your feet and chains on your body. So that's gonna be a defense for you when these demons come. Like putting on the armor of the Most High, like Ephesians 6 say. Putting on the armor of the Most High, that's gonna be your defense. That's how you gonna endure. So you need to be a prisoner of the Most High with these commandments, doing these commandments, because that's the tree of life too. So with that, I yield off that.
And when you're a prisoner, your life ain't yours.
God.
Anybody that's been locked up and done some time, when you are a prisoner, you have no control over your own life. They tell you when to sleep. They tell you when to eat. They tell you when you can go out to the yard. They tell you they are in control of your life. You ain't putting on what you want to wear. Hey, you got on that orange jumpsuit or whatever color they wearing.
Salakia.
Yep.
That's perfect what you just said. They are in control of your life. That's on the evil side.
Right.
On the righteous side, the Most High be in control of your life.
Come on.
You know what I'm saying? So right. I think that was perfect.
And so are you a prisoner? Right? Are you a prisoner of the Most High God? Right? Give me on 1 Corinthians 6:19. Do these scriptures govern your life? Do these precepts govern your life? Oh, I can't do that. Hold on, wait a minute. Nope, I can't. Yo, I know he said this. I know he did that, but yo, I can't respond like that. Right? Read that.
It's the book of 1 Corinthians chapter 6 and verse 19. What? Know ye not that your body is the temple of the Holy Spirit, which is in you, which ye have of God, and ye are not, and ye are not your own?
Yeah, you're not your own, because you are a prisoner. You're a prisoner to the Lord. Right? You're not yourself. Hey, I can't do this. I can't walk like that no more. I'm a prisoner. Right? Hey, and going back to what you read, there was something key in what you was reading in that book of Sirach in chapter 6. There was I want you to grab this verse again real quick. Sirach 6 and I think it's 25. Read verse 25 again. Yeah, read verse 25.
It's the book of Sirach, chapter 6 and verse 25. Bow down thy shoulder and bear her, and be not grieved with her bonds.
And be not grieved with, be not grieved with those shackles. Right? Where else do we see that at? Who else said something like that? Right? Give me 1 John 5 and 3. Because we're not supposed to be grieved by her shackles. We're not supposed to be grieved by her bonds. Hey, I'm a prisoner. Hey, this is nothing. I'm going to do this time. And I'm going to do this. Right? 1 John 5 and 3.
It's the book of 1 John chapter 5 and verse 3. For this is the love of God, that we keep his commandments, and his commandments are not grievous.
His commandments are not grievous. His laws are not grievous. They're not burdensome. That's what that means. That's what that's saying. They're not burdensome. Right? They're not burdensome. Put those shackles on. Because we don't live for ourselves. We're trying to walk anew. We're trying to walk in a newness of life. Right? Because now we've been given another chance. We've been given this grace to get our life together, to get our life right. We've been given this grace in dealing with these spirits. Right? What, you asked something?
Wow.
Okay, let me get Romans 12 and 2.
The book of Romans chapter 12 and verse 2. And be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind.
We got to be transformed. Right? We can't conform to this world. We can't conform. It's not good. It's not enough to just put on the fringes. It's not enough to just put on a skirt. It's not enough to just put on the dress. It's not enough to just put on the head wrap. It's not enough to just grow out the beard. That's a start. But you have to be, read it again.
Book of Romans chapter 12 verse 2. And be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind.
We have to be transformed by the renewing of our mind. By the renewing of our mind. Right? I'm going to get one more script here real quick. Hold on, because I forget where it's at. Say something real quick, Shemai.
With this being conformed, let me get this precept. It's the book of Ephesians chapter 4 verse 22. That ye put off concerning the former conversation, the old man, which is corrupt according to the deceitful lust. So being conformed to this world is the old man.
That's right.
Being renewed is the new man.
That's right.
That's the circumcision of your heart, getting that worldly stuff off you.
Right.
So when he says don't be conformed to this world, be ye transformed, because you can't be halfway. You can't half world, half truth.
Right.
That's being
lukewarm.
Precept. Yeah.
That's a great point.
It's the book of Revelation, chapter 3, and verse 15.
Mm-hmm.
I know thy works, that thou art neither cold nor hot. I would thou work, Slakia. I know thy works, that thou art neither cold nor hot. I would thou wert cold or hot. So then, because thou art lukewarm and neither cold nor hot, I will spew thee out of my mouth. And that's in red letter. And that's Yahushua saying this, who is going to judge you.
Right.
He's the one that's gonna say, "I never knew you."
Mm.
Lukewarm people are gonna get that "I never knew you," and it's gonna be weeping and gnashing of teeth after that,
Right?
Because they know what's gonna happen. I hear off that.
It's a wrap. It's a wrap. Last one. Give me Mark Matthew 12:43. That's what I wanted. Matthew 12:43. Right. Because we got to renew our mind. We got to keep our mind renewed. And here's the thing: once we're in dealing and battling these spirits, these demons, right? We don't want to shake these spirits and think, "Hey, coast clear, we good now." Right? Read that.
It's the book of Matthew, chapter 12, verse 43. When the unclean spirit is gone out of a man,
Hey, so now you was dealing with something, you done overcome it. Hey, I'm good, right? I got that spirit off of me, right? Keep reading.
He walketh through dry places, seeking rest, and finding none.
Come on.
Then he said, "I will return to my house from whence I came out."
Hey, that spirit saying, "Hey, I'm gonna go back to where I just left from."
And
right?
when
You got rid of that spirit done left, right? You thought that, I don't have to bet on that no more. Maybe it was weed. Maybe you used to smoke weed. I used to smoke weed, right? Be quiet. That was a long time ago. But I used to smoke weed. That's not something that I had to deal with anymore, right? Last time I smoked weed was almost probably 30-some years ago, right? But maybe for some maybe you were smoking right up until you came into the truth, and you got that spirit off you. You shook it. Oh, I don't need to. I'm not smoking no weed no more. And you thought you was good. And one day you out and you walking, and somebody was just smoking in the area, and you smell the aroma. You get a whiff of that weed, right? The smell of it, and it start bringing back. Oh man, I remember. You start thinking about those days when you used to, and when you start thinking about rolling those blunts, or you start talking about it. You're around some people and you remember when we did this and when we went there, and those thoughts start coming back to your mind. Oh yeah, man, we got high that night, right? So now you done opened your mind, because where does the sin start? It starts in the mind, right? It starts with a thought. So that spirit, you done got rid of that spirit. The spirit done left. But what did it say? Somebody read that again.
Verse 44. Then he said, "I will return to my house from whence I came out." And when he is come, he findeth it empty, swept.
Right. Hey, you're not focused on the Most High though. Right? Hey, you read your Bible sometimes. You're not studying. You're not meditating on the word. Right? Hey, you're not fasting no more. Your prayer life is non-exempt. Right? You don't pray like you should. You're not waking up praying, thinking about the Most High. Hey, the first thing you do when you wake up is you grab your phone. The first thing you do when you wake up is you checking your Instagram. The first thing you do when you wake up, you checking Facebook. Or the first thing you do, hey, I'm checking TikTok. Or maybe you texting that somebody special to you. Let me send them a good morning text. You're not thinking about the Most High first thing when you wake up. You're not in the Bible reading before you go to sleep at night. Right? So that spirit comes back and it finds, read it again.
Verse 44. Then he said, I will return into my house from whence I came out.
Yo, I'm going back. Right? Read.
And when he is come, he findeth it empty.
Yo,
swept.
It's empty, right? It's clean. Hey, I can come back here. Right? Read.
Swept and garnished. Then he goeth and taketh himself 7 other spirits more wicked than himself.
Hey, so he not coming back by himself. Right now, he's coming back, and he got his homeboys with him. Hey, come on. We finna come over here. Y'all come with me. Hey, when Yahushua was dealing with the one brother, he asked him, who are you, or something like that, paraphrasing. And the Spirit said, we are legion. Hey, that brother had like 500 spirits on him. That brother was dealing with 500 spirits. You might be dealing with 3 different spirits. But those 3 spirits, they whooping your tail.
Mm-hmm.
You fighting. Hey, it says, hey, yo, this spirit, this demon, hey, it left. Hey, you got rid of it for a minute. You got rid of it for a time. Hey, but you didn't stay in the book though. Hey, you didn't keep praying. You didn't keep fasting. You didn't keep meditating on the word. So that spirit, when it came back, yo, he found it empty. Yo, I'm coming back. But it's not just me this time. I got my partners with me. And so now, instead of just the one thing that you was dealing with, right? Now, not just the weed anymore. Now it's not just about the weed. Now you're not just smoking. But now you looking at these women shaking their butts on Instagram. Right? You looking at these women doing exercises on Instagram. Right? How do I know? Because I seen it. Yo, I had to unfollow certain things. I'm like, yo, why is these popping up in my feed? Why am I going through and I'm scrolling out and I'm watching I'm seeing a woman do deadlifts. Doing deadlifts with what they call them things, them stretch pants.
Spandex.
Yeah, spandex. But it wasn't even the spandex pants. It was spandex shorts. Because I used to be into fitness, right? Some of y'all know I was a professional boxer. So I was on Instagram, I followed people who worked out. Right? I followed different athletes. I followed different boxers. But when I noticed, I started seeing my algorithm and certain things was popping up. I'm like, hold on, wait. Why is this coming up? And none of these people I followed. I didn't follow these people that was popping up. I'm like, why am I seeing this? But it's bringing up things that, oh, let me put this up here. Right? So that's like the sister say, that's the setup. Right? That's the setup. And then you done got rid of this one demon. Now he done came back, but he got his partners with him. And so now you're getting into other things. And it said more wicked than him. More wicked than himself. So we have to what? We have to constantly renew our mind. Or give me Romans 12:2 again. Baba Kasha. Not be transformed by this world, or not be conformed to this world, because the world will tell you that there's nothing wrong with that. Right? The world will tell you that it's okay. The world tells our sisters it's okay. I've seen sisters talking about calling themselves, they say, I love God on their page. I love God, daughter of the Most High. But then they got a video of them working out and they barely got anything on. Hold on, sis, what you doing? You just said that you love God, but you showing every curve of your body to anybody who comes across your page. But you love the Most High God, right? Come on. Be not transformed by this world, or don't conform to this world. Read that.
The book of Romans chapter 12 verse 2. And be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind.
Don't go along with what the world says, what the world do. Yo, my daughter just had a dance competition, or not a dance competition, but a show, like a recital at her school. You know, and they got all kind of different, you know, kids in there dancing and, you know, doing their performances, right? And, you know, in some of the performances, there was a boy, but he thought he was a girl. Be not conformed to this world. You know what I'm talking about. My mama thought it was a girl. My sister and myself had to tell her, no, mama, that wasn't no girl. That was a boy. Thinking he a girl. The world will tell you that's okay. The world will tell you, yo, that's how they feel like they're a girl. We have to accept that. No, I don't have to accept that. No, I'm not going to accept that. I'm not going to be conformed to this world. But I'm going to what? Read that verse one more time for me, Baba Kashaf.
Book of Romans chapter 12 and verse 2. And be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind.
Yo, we got to renew the mind. We got to be transformed by the renewing of our mind. That means a lot. That means a lot. Renewing your mind, yo, you've got to become like a baby again. You have to separate yourself from the thought patterns that you used to have. Right? You and the world do not mix anymore. In Philly, we got drill teams. No boys allowed. Hey, all praise to the Most High. You know, they need to be on that time all over the place. Hey, if it females, hey, no, y'all tear up out of here, right? Hey, but with that, yo, I'm gonna yield. All praise to the Most High. Hey, Shamai, you got anything?
Just beware. Keep fighting them demons. Keep enduring.
That's right. That's right, man. Keep on fighting. Let's get it, man. Daniel. And again, hey, Tawada to everybody, hey, for staying locked in. Tawada for your participation. And keep praying for brothers. Keep us in your prayers. And keep on fighting a good fight, man. We all doing it. We all are trying to make it to the kingdom. Right? We all trying to make it to the kingdom. And like I said, ain't none of us exempt. Right? Ain't none of us exempt. We all are going through our own individual fights and our own individual tests. So pray for brothers. Pray for the nation. Right? Pray for your teachers. Pray for the brothers who are out here laboring. Right? Pray for more laborers, because the harvest is plentiful, but the laborers are few. Pray for more laborers. Hey, maybe that's you. Maybe that's you. Hey, put your brick in. Right? Put your brick in. Right? Fast, pray. Put your brick in. With that, man, let's get it. Daniel 7 and 18.
It's the book of Daniel, chapter 7 and verse 18. But the saints of the Most High shall take the kingdom and possess the kingdom forever, even forever and ever.
Come, all praise to the Most High. Hey, so with that, yo, Wild Out Wednesday, and we thank you again for tuning in. We thank you for the participation, man. We're praying for you. Yo, announcements. I didn't hit any of them, but we got a lot of feast days that's coming up, right? The major feast day that we got coming up. I didn't talk about the website that we got. Shemai, you got that address to the website?
So anointinghouseofsaint.org.
So you can go onto that website. Again, I haven't been on here in a minute, so I don't have all the slides to put up, but tune in, yo, on Thursday. In fact, for y'all that's part of the congregation, or you want to be part of the congregation, we are doing a Bible study. It's 11:30 in Virginia. All praises to the Most High, sister, for staying locked in. All praises to the Most High. Right. We're having a Bible study on Thursday. It's going to be a Bible study that we're not just going to allow any and everybody to come up in, but if you're interested in joining that Bible study, so we talked about the wisdom, right? We're going to be really breaking down wisdom and seeing what wisdom is. It's going to be a lot of precepts that is going to come out in that Bible study. So if you want to, maybe be a part of that Bible study and just come and fellowship with brothers, shoot us an email and we can get you into that Bible study that we're going to be having in discussing wisdom and what is wisdom, right? We looked at wisdom in actually Sirach 6 and I think it was 22, where it talked about wisdom and it's talked about putting the fetters of wisdom on, right? So we're going to really be looking at that and breaking that thing down. So if you want to be a part of that Bible study, shoot us that email. Again, feast days coming up, major feast day that we're going to be that we got coming up the pipeline is Feast of Unleavened Bread, Passover Feast of Unleavened Bread. That's coming up. We're keeping that in the city of Atlanta, Georgia. We're going to be keeping Passover in Atlanta, Georgia. You want to be a part of that? Go to the website, the anointinghouseofsaints.org. We got all the RSVPs on there. Definitely, if you don't have a place to where you're going to be keeping the Passover, hey, we'd love for you to come keep it with us, hang out with us, right, and fellowship with us. But with that, again, all praise to the Most High. Hey, love you, family. Continue to endure. Continue to pray. Continue to fast. Continue to fight the good fight. With that, yo, I'm Captain Yahawda.
Officer Shemaiah.
Yo, Shalom.
Shalom.
This is not a test.
Black skin, black sauce, black Jesus, black music, 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 black music, black music, black music, black music.